truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this organization.
Did you come to Earth for evil purposes? Have you ever enslaved a population? Have you given doll bodies a bad name? Tell us the whereabouts of Codename A.
Bang her ass!
Fear became the ultimate tool of Scientology.
You make me sick! You think I'm playing? My franchise!
The internet should not be afraid of Scientology. Scientology should be afraid of the internet.
So our story begins with one running man. On October 4, 2004, as part of an extravagant Scientology award ceremony, Tom Impossible receives the highly coveted Medal of Valor for his exceptional service in all of the wars. Interestingly, the only recipient of this prestigious award in history. And what better way to celebrate his heroic achievements than with a small Hollywood-worthy film that showcases how Scientology really get things done.
I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something that you have to earn. And because a Scientologist does. When you drive past an accident, it's not like anyone else. As you drive past, you know you have to do something. You know you're the only one that can really help. I'm there to help. We're here to help. And I'm carrying a full load, so we have no time for it. Come up to me and do that. And do it to me. Not to my face. Let's really get it done and have enough love, compassion, and toughness that you're gonna do it. It's rough and tumble, and it's wild and woolly, and it's a blast. It really is fun, because damn it, there is nothing better. That's how I feel about it. I do what I can, and I do it the way I do everything. There's nothing part of the way for me. It's just...
This video goes into the ether. And on January 14, 2008 AD, resurfaces on a small video sharing website known as YouTube.com, where it starts spreading to every corner of the galactic web, inspiring a whole lot of parodies.
I jump out, ask the EMT guy, "Are you a Scientologist?" He says, "No." I punch him in the face, and I drive the ambulance myself.
And of course, the memes. Clearly, people are a bit confused if this is really how Scientology get it done. But worry not, on January 15th, Church of Scientology sees this and stands ready to clear up any confusion.
Hit them in the face really f***ing hard.
With the banhammer. They went from platform to platform, citing copyright infringement and threats of lawsuit, claiming it was leaked, edited, and taken out of context to mock their religion. This injustice caught the eye of one man. Let's just call him A, who took it upon himself to make a post on 4chan to voice his concerns.
It's an opportune moment for B to undertake an audacious and ample endeavor. People must ardently acknowledge not to antagonize B and abstain from aimless talks and anticipate people to allocate their funds to an association that makes absolutely no absurd sense. Let's assemble, analyze, and act, advocating for an assured accomplishment, B. Together we'll advance and achieve, aiming for an awe-inspiring outcome. It's an auspicious arrival, B.
500 lawyers up their ass before they could say, litigation. Mission impossible.
We are the
good luck with
anti-hero.
this fail.
We will do good.
We are the interweb superheroes. What would JFK say?
Alright, let's do a lore breakdown. 1934, New York. There is a guy named L. Ron Hubbard who is working as freelance science/pulp fiction writer. Magazines make him an offer. For each word you write, you receive 1 penny. So he proceeds to break any % world speedrun record by writing more books than anyone in history. One tired afternoon in 1950, he gets a brilliant idea. If you want to make it big and get filthy rich, you need to start a religion. So he pulls out the trusty typey and writes a self-help book called Dianetics, which he uses as the Bible to start the religion of Scientology in 1953. But the secret to all schemes is to constantly be adding new lore to keep the followers hooked and wanting more. So in 1965, he decides to add one more missing piece to the Scientology lore. His best work yet. Around 75 million years ago, there was a federation of planets that was ruled by the evil Lord Xenu. He faced a problem of overpopulation in his galaxy. So he gathered all aliens from all different planets and had them frozen alive. These frozen aliens were loaded onto cruisers resembling DC-8 with rocket engines that could traverse the universe. The cruisers then brought the frozen alien bodies to Earth, where they were dumped into Hawaiian volcanoes. But unfortunately, they were not completely dead. Their souls were still alive and floated upward into the sky. Xenu didn't want them to come back, so he built a massive soul-catching machines in the sky. The souls were then taken to a big soul brainwashing facility on Earth. Here, they were forced to watch all sorts of brainwashing 3D movies to implant them the false sense of reality. The souls were then released, and now they roamed Earth aimlessly, lost in confusion. As humanity emerged, the souls finally found bodies to cling to. They attached themselves to all mankind, which still to this day causes all our fears, our confusions, and our problems. You might be saying, people read this and they say, I'm out. Right? Well, yes, but no. You see, there's a slow process which we call active measures. We're not doing that one. Okay, so imagine you're a lost soul wandering off in the middle of nowhere, searching for meaning. And out of the blue, some guy shows up.
Over here, stranger.
And offers to save you.
Welcome. Ooh, what you buying?
For a price. Initially, the price is low, and what he's selling may be useful and inspiring.
Knowledge is power. Remember that, mate.
So you accept.
Great. Pleasure doing business with you.
Next time, you run into him at his fancy place.
I got something new for you.
Where he forces you to take a test to make sure you're not wearing a wire.
Did you come to Earth for evil purposes? Have you given doll bodies a bad name? Have you ever been a professional executioner? Dazzled, are you?
He manipulates the results of that test.
I'll have to penalize you for that, I'm afraid.
Tells you you're sick and offers you new items which will heal you, give you superpowers. You will be able to stop time and read minds. And if you can't afford
This ain't a charity. That cash in your pocket or your life. Easy choice, mate.
So you sell your stuff, take up a loan, mortgage the house to pay for this.
A wise choice.
Then, at every turn, he keeps popping up, saying you need more upgrades to reach the next level.
Oi, where are you off to? Buy something, eh? Time is money. Be ashamed to live the rest of your life wondering, what if?
If you get out of the line in the leveling process anytime,
Oi, don't tell me you're leaving!
well, you end up in the hole, aka the gulag for punishment. This continues for 15 years, until he finally gives you a file, which contains the answers you were looking for.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And what does that file say? Well, it's the Xenu story. And at that point you wake up and realize what has been going on all this time. Holy crap, that hit was a bloodbath. It's all about the money. There, summed it all up for ya. They don't tell you that story until you've spent 300k on courses, lectures, etc. and 15 years of your life. And that's not even the final level of the battle pass. You have additional 5 levels to climb, which will cost you anywhere from 300k to 2 million. And who has that kind of money to burn? These guys do, which is also the main target group of Scientology, a religion for celebrities. There are very few peasants who reach the Xenu story level. They got $21 million from Bart Simpson.
I love the leader.
Of course you do.
25 million from Tom.
Show me the money!
And Battlefield Earth from John Travolta. Codename the Kakan, who has license to kill.
A designation called Kakan, because you can kill another human being.
But you're supposed to look the other way. So like if somebody said something wrong to John Travolta and he pulled out a samurai sword and cut their head off, you just gotta clean up the body.
You just gotta clean up the body.
Which is what Charles Manson was looking for when he joined Scientology. But it was a bit too crazy for him. Annual revenue of Church of Scientology was around 550 million in 2007. But is that gonna be enough to handle the Assclown Offensive? July 12, 2006. In celebration of Bill Cosby's birthday, 4chan users banded together under the moniker of A for Anonymous to raid Habbo Hotel. They signed up to the game dressed in avatars of black men wearing Armani suit and an afro hairstyle. Blocked the users from moving around or entering the pool, saying it was closed due to AIDS, while forming a swastika-like formation, all until they got banned. Then they called Hubbard racist. Which is probably why the media started calling them
Internet hate machine.
They call themselves anonymous. They are hackers on steroids, treating the web like a real-life video game. Fushman tracks down the hacker gangs in this Fox 11 investigation.
I've had 7 different passwords and they've got them all so far.
They attack innocent people.
The next thing I know, I had a bunch of naked guys on my profile.
His girlfriend left him.
She thought that I was cheating on her with guys.
They crashed his computer with a virus.
Out of 90 friends, they killed 32 of my friends' computers.
Their name comes from their secret websites.
They get what they call lulls.
Lulls is a corruption of LOL, which stands for laugh out loud. Anonymous gets big lulls from pulling random pranks. This mother's also fighting Anonymous.
They posted pictures of all of us.
Anonymous also posted their home address and phone numbers.
Pretty much said that you've got the information now. Do what you need to do. Go, go, go. You need to keep your family safe.
She installed electronic security, a phone tracing system, and bought a dog.
In that little hit piece, Fox News also pins a ban explosion on A and labels him
domestic.
Shortly after, the 4chan servers went offline at the courtesy of the FBI. Naturally, this didn't sit well with the Assclown Offensive.
Both the name and nature of Anonymous has been ravaged, as if it were a war in a back alley, and then placed on display for the public eye to behold.
So retaliation was in order. Another raid. A flooded MyFox message boards, leading to its shutdown. Hacked and stole 1.5 million of Fox users' personal information. Ordered over 9,000 Pizza Hut Pizzonas deliveries. Along with numerous gay exotic dancers and massage therapists to Fox HQ. And speaking of domestic terrorists, among all the trolls, there is bound to be a couple of loose cannons who might take things a bit too far. And outside. September 18, 2006. Anonymous user who we are going to call A821 makes a post on 4chan on Sunday, October 22nd, 2006. There will be 7.
This video no longer is suitable for advertisement.
Wait, no. Okay, I'm just gonna have to show you instead. In this Call of Duty campaign, first, this will happen. simultaneously 7 times around the US. And because of this, General Shepard...
I lost 30,000 men in the blink of an eye.
It will all start at 7 Verdansk stadiums, hosting football games. And then the usual suspects, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, will be blamed for that thing. And the aftermath of this COD campaign will be this across the world. And he described all of that in a very detailed and planned manner. And post. And he waits. No response. So he does what any good wannabe social media star does. Reposts it 40 more times in a span of 4 weeks. You know, to really make sure people get the point. And the point did they get? The feds caught the wind of this, issuing a warning to all 7 city officials of a potential dirty balloon threat. And on October 20th, they track him down where he works. When he throws his hands in the air and yells in excitement, which probably didn't help the verdict of 25 years to life in Guantanamo Bay. County! Nah, he got 6 months prison and a fine. And why did he do this? As part of a writing contest between him and a man from Texas of who could come up with the best story. So you see, even before 08, these guys were all about that serious business, unlike their counterpart, who takes itself very seriously. Strange things seems to happen to people who criticize Scientology. Journalist Paulette Cooper wrote a critical book on the organization in 1971. This led to a Scientology plot called Operation Freakout,
Spank her ass!
Whose goal was to get PC incarcerated in a mental institution or jail.
The worst thing that they did was that they stole my stationery.
A Guardian's office, which is Scientology's KGB, broke into her apartment.
They got my fingerprint on a piece of paper. And then they sent bomb threats to themselves. They sued me 19 times all over the world. Put me through 50 days of depositions, sent a lot of horrible anonymous smear letters about me. For example, to all the neighbors in my building, they sent, it was 300 people, they sent a letter saying that I was a prostitute with venereal disease. They found out that I had been in a period of slight depression and had seen a psychiatrist, so they robbed the psychiatrist and got my records and sent that to everybody that I knew. And I was arrested and I was indicted and I was up for 15 years in jail, and it was just the most horrible, horrible time in my life.
Cooper was exonerated in 1977 after the FBI raids on the church offices uncovered documents from the balloon scheme. And why did they raid their buildings? Because during the 70s, Scientology was under a lot of scrutiny from governmental agencies all over the world. One of the big ones being the IRS, who was looking into where all their money was going. So naturally, they came up with an excellent solution called Operation Snow White.
You. The money bet, my friend.
Using their secretive elite Mission Impossible Force, Guardian's office, they posed as government employees, infiltrated and stole documents from 136 governmental agencies all over the world, including the FBI, DOJ, Interpol, and even the Coast Guard. This went on for years, until 1977, when they finally got caught. You know, being an outsider might not be so bad compared to those who try to make a run for it.
I was a Scientologist for 42 years. I escaped from that base. I had to plan that escape for 6 months. A year and a half later, there was a private investigator caught by the name of Dwayne Powell, who was around the corner from my house, looking at a house to buy so he could spy on me from that house. And there's no shit. So a lady in the neighborhood saw him, so she called the West Dallas police. And Nick Pye came out and confronted the guy. Nick said, "Hey, listen, man, you're under arrest. Do you mind if I look in your car?" So Nick went to the van and opened it up, and in the trunk, there were 5 license plates. There were 2 handguns, a stun gun, 2 rifles, 1 fitted up with a silencer, and 2,000 rounds of ammunition.
Holy shit.
So they arrested the guy. They were getting paid $10,000 a week to follow me.
Alright, now that all that exposition has been dropped on your face, let's get back to the main story. To show that he means serious business. One day after making that post on January 16, 2008, to protect freedom of speech and to put an end to financial exploitation of Scientology's members, their raid began. A launches attack on Church of Scientology's website with a bunch of DDoS attacks, taking the site offline, and follows up doxing top members of the church. Google bombing, so that the top search for word dangerous cult appears as Scientology. Scientology offices worldwide were flooded with black faxes, rickrolls, over 9,000 pizza deliveries,
Pizza time.
and prank phone calls.
Is Tom Grossman there?
Your own face! Oh, is it not?
E-meters used for brainwashing ended up on eBay.
What you buying?
All the pay-to-play classified documents got leaked.
Who's this guy? Think anybody will notice?
We don't know.
You think I'm playing? You make me sick! My franchise!
Hello, leaders of Scientology. We are anonymous. Your campaigns of misinformation, your suppression of dissent, your litigious nature, all of these things have caught our eye. For the good of your followers, for the good of mankind and for our own enjoyment, we shall proceed to expel you from the internet and systematically dismantle the Church of Scientology in its present form. The suppression of your followers will become increasingly difficult to maintain. Believers will become aware that salvation needn't come at the expense of their livelihood.
January 21st, 2008, Chan Enterprises posts a message to Scientology video, and it quickly goes viral, racking up 800k views within 4 days. But the Church of Scientology wasn't gonna take it lying down.
Are we live? Are people seeing this? I warned you. That's a Joe! You get the off my stage. Do everything myself. Daddy talk!
Enemy responded by sending lawyers to every corner of the interweb, suing everyone they could. They filed over 4,000 DMCA claims on YouTube. Every video that mentioned the word Scientology got hit with a takedown request. And in order to get their channels back and their videos up and running, they had to file a counterclaim, where you have to fill your real name, date of birth, address, and phone number, which YouTube then forwards to the person, or in this case the organization, who made the claim, leaving you with your pants down and ready to get rolled up on. Glad to see nothing have changed over the last 16 years. Luckily, YouTube realized something fishy was going on and reinstated all the videos. They then moved the servers to a secure data center that could withstand the DDoS attacks. And then they went on the offensive with their own bandwidth attacks on the insurgency wikis, ED, and other websites hosting plans for the raid. They hacked 7-Eleven-chan to get the personal information of A, leaked scripts used by A to attack Church of Scientology's website, and left a statement on the homepage stating this website has been deleted due to copyright claims by the Church of Scientology. Within a couple of hours, the site was back up and running with the new name, Church of 7-Eleven. In the IRC war rooms where the DDoS attacks were being coordinated, one anonymous member redirected the fire of an entire raid onto what he said was a hidden Scientology IP. The address turned out to be the website of a primary school in the Netherlands. Oops, collateral damage is to be expected in war times. A few days later, a middle-aged couple in California woke up in the middle of the night to harassing phone calls and death threats.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
The intel suggested that the 59-year-old man was the one behind the hack on the insurgency wikis. So a member posted his phone number, address, and his wife's social security number online for other people to target. Turns out he doesn't even know how to use the computer. After discovering they had wrongly targeted the couple, a member called and apologized.
We're sorry.
Lightning doesn't strike 3 times, right? Another wayward attack. This time, hundreds of faxes with the N-word printed on them ended up on the wrong person's address. As the raid began receiving tons of media attention and the trolls continued to be fed, things escalated. More websites were brought down and Scientology call centers were shut down. Their flow of information brought almost to a complete halt. And then, on January 28, 2008, A connects to the mainframe and posts call to action.
Good evening, Internet. It has come to the attention of Anonymous that there are a number of you out there who do not clearly understand what we are or why we have undertaken our present course of action. Anonymous is a collective of individuals united by an awareness that someone must do the right thing, that someone must bring light to the darkness, that someone must open the eyes of a public that has slumbered for far too long. We want you to know about the gross human rights violations committed by this cult. Lisa McPherson, Paulette Cooper, Operation Snow White, Scientology's use of child labor and their gulags. We want you to know about all of these things that have been swept under the rug for far too long. Be very wary of the 10th of February. Join us in an act of solidarity. Take up the banner of free speech, of human rights, of family and freedom. Join us in a protest outside of Scientology centers worldwide. And together we shall give them a 10th of February that shall never, ever be forgot.
Cut! Did anyone else see this? Someone just took a dump in my eyes.
The trolls met in underground internet relay chat channels to coordinate tactics. So you want to join Project Chanology, eh? Fight the good fight for the internet?
Shut up!
Or perhaps you're a skeptic, doubtful we can do anything? I won't lie to you. I am an I insurgent first, and a B tard second, and an all-around anonymous. But I know for a fight against the beast, it will take more than possible. Even every Chan combined could muster. We might be rivals. Hell, we might hate each other's guts. But this goes beyond just us. Every 40 years, someone stands up and does something. This is our generation's way of doing something. Homework is to spread the word and recruit on a wider scale. Memes should be seen at every corner of the interweb. Posters and flyers handed out everywhere. Local colleges, MySpace, Reddit, Facebook, and YouTube. You will be given a business card template. Print it out. Drop these cards all around real-world locations. The link will have details about Project Chanology, coming protests and insurrections, along with all the shady deeds and the unfunny truth about Scientology, depicting what happened to Lisa McPherson. Lisa was an aspiring Scientologist who joined the church at age 18. She did what any good Scientologist does, gets a job working for a church-owned company, where she spends all her money on courses and self-improvement lectures. Until one day she has a mental breakdown and needs a psychologist. But Scientology won't treat her because it's against the rules.
And these psychiatrists, I've had it. Absolutely had it. It's disgusting to me.
So one day she crashes her car, inexplicably strips off her clothes, and walks naked down the street. A paramedic rushed her into an ambulance and asked why she had taken off her clothes. She replied, "I wanted help. I wanted help." She is then taken to a hospital to see a shrink. At the hospital, Guardian's office shows up and snatch her. She is thrown in the hole, gets interrogated extensively, mistreated and starved. Ultimately, after 17 days in solitary confinement, she dies of her injuries. Which is why the protests will be held on 10th of February to celebrate her birthday. Rules. The first two rules of internet still applies. Rule number 9. No weapons. This demonstration is a peaceful event. The rules and the protest were inspired by Mark Bunker, aka Wise Beard Man, who had been fighting Scientology for years.
A better way to attack them would be try to get rid of their tax-exempt status. Going out on the street and protesting, that's going to hurt them.
Holy crap, they actually showed up. From Melbourne, Adelaide, and Sydney to Toronto, London, Dublin, Texas, and New York City, a simultaneous worldwide assault on the Church of Scientology was launched on February 10, 2008. The protests were held in over 100 cities worldwide, with around 8,000 people attending. Sydney, Australia was one of the first, catching the church off guard, causing the building to be locked down. Other cities followed suit as the legions of Anonymous took to the streets in an act of global insurgency for freedom of speech and to put an end to financial exploitation of Scientology's members. And of course, for the fun of it. The media was also present, showing up to capture the flavor of the protests.
Scientology protest organized by Anonymous.
Scientology kills people, and they break up families.
But so do like really good-looking women.
Be aware if someone that you know disappears or they get involved with a cult like this, they start having to spend a lot of extra time and a lot of extra money.
Kind of like World of Warcraft. Everybody even here with Tom Cruise? He's like kind of the most famous member of Scientology. And so Tom, tell us like, so what has Scientology done for you? Oh, it's okay, you can tell me, dude. Yeah. I've like seen like every of your, oh my God, Risky Business, oh my God! Can I see your underwear?
I've never seen that.
Oh my God, so how's Katie? So what was it like jumping up on the couch? Do you like Oprah? Was being in Scientology, did that help you with the Nazi movie?
Across the world, Scientology churches were temporarily shut down, under siege from the hordes of masked protesters. And for a brief, undeniable perfect moment, technology, art, politics, and culture operated in complete communion. Anonymous had arrived. Hang on a second. So you're telling me the bad guys are the heroes of the story? Well, think of it more as bad meets evil. Back at Anne Orlando, Scientology were prepared this time and cooked up a plan to deal with the intruders.
This is your fault. You limey f***. And you spanked their ass.
They started with the usual methods, bombarding everyone with lawyers.
I'm a brick! We will crush you and smother your dreams.
Sending letters to the homes of outed anons and their parents, saying they've been a naughty boy. Private investigators were seen everywhere, recording every move, amidst the protesters, trying to bait them. Trying to intimidate them by following them to their homes.
You're following me, right? You're a Scientologist? Let me give you a flyer, man, so you can educate yourself, bro.
They planted guys with guns at a peaceful protest to stir things up.
Is that a gun?
Then they planted snipers on a hill to deal with them.
Camouflage netting and telescopes with a commanding view of the area.
When that didn't work, they planted spies on 4chan.
Yeah, baby.
So Anons quickly made a Scientologist guide to 4chan. Unlicensed white ice cream truck with tinted windows was planted in the middle of the protest. One can only imagine who or what they have in there. .4chan quickly did some investigative work and found out that the van belonged to LAPD. Then the church ramped up things with more drastic countermeasures.
Stop f***ing us, huh? Okay, will you f***ing stop messing with our car?
You're trespassing.
Okay?
Trespassing. You get off my property.
F*** you.
You're trespassing.
Hey!
Trespassing. You're under arrest for trespassing.
No. You're under arrest for trespassing. Hey!
Anonymous community as Anon Orange has a knee to his neck, his face grounded in the dirt by one of 3 guards around him. A guard does a leg sweep to trip another protester as she tries to recover Choquette's video camera.
No, that's really brave. Hey, come on, man. Leave her. No, leave her alone, man. Don't leave her alone.
This injustice can't go unpunished, boys.
It's only a game.
Envelopes containing an unknown white powder resembling anthrax are delivered by mail to 24 churches.
The guys in the hazmat suits were called to deal with the package. Take it out. Turns out it was just some cornstarch and wheat. Then the church started receiving the other kind of packages.
It's a bomb!
Alongside a manifesto video that was posted on YouTube.
Hello, leaders of Scientology. We are an elite anonymous. On the 13th of March, 2008 at approximately 12:01 p.m. 15 kilograms.
Demonetized!
YouTube quickly took down that video. So Scientology made a hard DVD copy of the video and posted it on their newly created Anonymous Exposed website.
And on February 13th, Anonymous issues to the Church of Scientology their ultimate threat.
Comparing Anons to, you know. To get the feds to go after them bigly. Remember, this was the time when War on Terror was at the peak.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
So if you say balloon 3 times fast in front of a mirror, this will happen.
Drop that building.
The feds did launch investigation, so Channers quickly did some investigative work to show that it didn't come from them and to prove that they were adamant on the peaceful protest slogan.
Whoa. What do you eat, Peck?
Hey Grossman, if the video was only up on YouTube for 1 hour and you downloaded it from there, then why is the quality of your DVD version so much better? And is that the same Earth image as in one of your alias companies?
Look, Stick, I'm incredibly busy, so why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
You can't be serious. Then why is it written the same exact style as NFL bomb threat and delivered as Operation Freakout?
You kick in the door to my house with all ants in your pants, sucking my left nut. And you're asking if I'm serious?
Deathbeds never got any leads since the church refused to provide any specific details about any of the threats. All the balloon cases plus other cases were eventually closed with no charges filed. Lastly, the DVD and the website featured 6 videos doxing all anonymous members which they could identify. So 4chan made a spoof website called Anonymous Exposed in one word instead of a hyphen. Click on any links? Well. After the February 10th protests, Anonymous staged a number of global insurgencies. March 15th, Project Party Hard, in celebration of L. Ron Hubbard's birthday. April 12th, Operation Reconnect. May, Operation Battletoad Earth. There were 11 protests in 2008, with the Church of Scientology responding with equal parts wrathful venom and litigious paranoia.
Rorschach's Journal, February 10th, 2008. Scientology is under attack today. A money-hungry cult masquerading as a religion. What a joke. I heard joke once. Man goes to doctor. Says he feels hollow. Life seems harsh and cruel. The only solace is reckless stunts, which will be his demise. Says he is forbidden from seeing a therapist. Doctor bursts into tears. He says, "But I am the therapist." Good joke. Everybody laugh. Roll on snare drum. Curtains. Rorschach's Journal, March 13th. We did a scout run in preparation for the protest. I was wearing my mask, my disguise. Guardian's office was watching. I think they knew it was me. On my way home from Scout Run, a shadow trailed behind, its presence unmistakable. They tracked me, relentless in their pursuit, to my very doorstep. They know where I live. 2 days before the protest, they revealed my mask, broadcast for the whole world to see. Let them see. Not stopping, showing up at protest. There is good and evil must be punished. I live my life free of compromise. Step out of the shadow without complaint or regret. Rorschach's Journal. Final entry. It was a setup. I arrived at the protest as planned. Guardian's office was waiting with the police. Guardian's office has become so desperate that they're trying to lock me away in a cage. With trumped-up charges. Threats of violence. I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me!
The cage couldn't hold me for long. I fought my way out. After my escape, Returned to my home for some respite. Witnessed it then. Mudkips. Poisoned. They killed Mudkips. They killed my cat.
I'd like a tasting.
All my wares are in tip-top shape, I assure you.
Need something robust, precise. Would you recommend anything for the end of the night? Something big, bold.
It was early afternoon on January 8, 2009, almost a year after the birth of Project Chanology, when an 18-year-old anonymous member, Agent Pubitt, emerged from a subway station in New York City's Times Square, clothed in nothing but a ski mask, shorts, sneakers, and surgical gloves. The temperature was just about freezing, but it was doubtful Pubitt felt the cold. A thick layer of petroleum jelly covered his exposed upper body, and this was thickened further by a generous admixture of pubic hairs and toenail clippings. Pubitt was not alone, as he walked the crowded sidewalk toward his destination, a Church of Scientology center on nearby West 46th Street. He was filmed by an accomplice with a video camera, and the two were in a radio contact with more co-conspirators. As Pubitt got closer to his target, the remote team unleashed a rolling barrage of distractions on Scientology Center, tying up lines with prank calls and faxes. In the midst of this, Pubitt burst into the center's reception area and jogged around for a moment or two, leaving traces of hairy lube on whatever surface he could get close to.
Hey, what's going on? Come out here. I already am. Come out here.
From there, he proceeded to a nearby Scientology management office. Just inside the doorway, he found church materials loaded onto a cart, which he mounted for a few seconds of simulated man-cart love, before fleeing into the city streets. He of course got caught.
He's now charged with criminal mischief, harassment, and trespass as a hate crime.
Because he wasn't wearing the right mask. As part of a plea deal, he had to stay away from Scientology for 5 years. His motive? To remind Anons that Anonymous wasn't about moral crusading and peaceful protesting. It was about pranking. As the protest dialed down and Project Chanology came to an end, the Church of Scientology declared victory over Anonymous. On the other side, Chan Enterprises declared victory over Scientology. In 2012, there was a raid on Westboro Baptist Church.
Hello, Westboro Baptist Church.
Who said that God hates hackers, plus other edgy stuff. Then it was time to go pro. A raid on the Catholic Church. But the Pope has a time machine, so you know, he saw it coming. So the raid failed. In 2013, it was time for round 2. Anonymous went after Scientology on Craigslist for trying to trick people to joining the church. So they posted a bunch of counter ads. At the end, a couple of Anonymous members went to jail for their involvement in the DDoS attacks. Scientology is just a shell of what it used to be, with around 50k members worldwide, mainly because of the internet, first highlighted by Project Chanology. So who's to say who came up on top?
Well, that's the story of Tom Cruise, Scientologist.